We heard these stories ever since we were children. My mother would tell us, my grandfather is buried in London, England. And I said, how'd that happen? We get curious. But my mother told us the story. And one day, this white lady wrote to Lakota Times, and she told them she told in a newspaper that she found a book at the flea market. And this book told about this Indian that was buried in London, England. His name was Long Wolf. And that's my mother's grandfather, the one she talked about. And so we read the book, and I believe that our grandfather, I believe that he gave his heart to the Lord. I really believe that he became a Christian before he passed away. He had pneumonia, and he died and was buried in London. Buffalo Bill Cody, he's the one that took some Indians to London to perform for Queen Victoria when she had her jubilee. He took them over there, and I don't know how many, but grandfather was the oldest. I think he was 57 or 59. He was the oldest, and the rest were younger. And then on that voyage, he caught pneumonia. And so they took him to London Hospital, and we seen that hospital. It's still there. They even showed us what room he was in. We didn't go in. It's all, closed up now. But we know what room and what hospital he was in. And they took him to this great big cemetery. I think it was about 40 acres of wealthy people and all kinds of people that were buried there. And he was buried by a poplar tree and these walls. There are some walls, I forgot what they call them, but they had windows like this. And he was buried near that, and Buffalo Bill bought him a headstone with a wolf on it. And that's how the lady found the grave marker. And we brought that back too. So it's out to Wolf Creek Cemetery. That headstone, it's about that high, has a wolf on it. If you want to, I'll take you out there and you can see it. Anyway, they all worked together, and they brought his remains back. And there was a little baby that was brought back too. Her name was Star. I guess during the parade, she fell off. She fell off the horse with the mother. The mother had the baby, and I guess the baby fell off. Well, she wasn't even exactly a baby, maybe a little older, but they said she fell off the horse and she died. And here they buried her on top of our great-grandfather. So they dug the grave. They had to use one of those scoops to dig the grave. And they got her out first, and they put her in a little tiny coffin, the bones, the remains. They used a sifter, where they put the dirt like that, and the bones stay there. But they sift it, and then they gathered the bones, and they put it in that little coffin. And then my grandfather was buried at the bottom. The plot was paid for by Buffalo Bill. And so they gathered his remains and put him in a coffin. And then the baby on top, and they sealed it. And that's how we brought him back from London, England, and reburied him over here by Wolf Creek Cemetery.